Come on down to your back. You don't really need anything for today's practice other than you and your body, so I think you're in good shape. Once you arrive on your back, keep your knees bent, feet flat. Maybe the feet can step out a little wider than the mat and let the knees drop in toward one another. Let your back rest heavy. Just melting your body into the earth. Take a big breath in, drawing in the energy of your day. I'll move the microphone closer. There we go. Hopefully y'all can hear me better now. Take a big breath in. Let the breath go. Two more like that. We're looking for cleansing and clearing. Last one, big breath in. Full breath out. Seal the lips and let the breath be natural. Let it be effortless, just as it comes in and out, and connect your attention and awareness to how the breath feels. You have made the conscious choice to roll out your mat. Come on down for your practice today. You've carved out time in your schedule. You've told the kids to either practice with you or leave me alone for an hour. Whatever it is, truly arrive in this space that you've carved out for yourself. Let yourself feel what you feel during the practice. Notice what you notice. Be present for yourself in every sense of the word. Release any notion that you have to do anything today. We're just being today. Allowing the practice to be what it is. No expectations, certainly no judgments. And invite whatever arrives. Start to form your intention for your practice. One of our common themes through these classes has been showing up for yourself. Taking care of yourself with compassion, with awareness. Just allowing things to be as they are. Maybe you carry that into today's practice, or maybe there's something else that's inspiring you. Bring your intention to mind now. Repeat it a few times. Let it soak into every cell of your existence with each breath. And your intention, it's like a loyal friend. It's with you during the whole practice. It's there on the mat. It's there in your body. You can come back to it whenever you need to. Whenever you need a reconnection to that inspiration, or just something to refocus your mind if your mind starts to spiral into directions that are not pleasant for you. Always come back. Take a big breath in. Let a big breath go. If it's comfortable for you now, bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees splay open. If that's not comfortable for you, you can let the legs drift long on the mat. We're going to bring one hand to just above the belly button and one hand into the heart space. As we begin to cultivate some breath work here, your breath is your greatest tool in the practice for bringing you to this present moment. It is always there in the present. We never breathe in the past or in the future. Our breath is reminding us what now feels like. So as you begin to breathe, think about a 3-part Durga breath. where we begin to breathe into the belly. Feel the expansion underneath that palm. Maybe a slight pause. And then begin to breathe into the rib cage, the space between the palms. A slight pause. And continue to breathe in as you feel the chest expand. When you get to the top, slowly exhale through the chest and pause. Through the ribs, feeling them contract and pause. And release through the belly, feeling the belly button draw back down toward the spine. Let it all go. And then begin anew. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Feel fully expanded with life. And release chest. Your own, feeling the fullness on the inhale. And the softness and ease on the exhale. One more big breath on your own. And as we begin to build our practice today, you can make the breath a little smoother, removing those holds if you like, but still invite the same sensation of expansion and contraction with the breath. So you make sure every inhale finds its way to the top and every exhale finds its way to the bottom. Let's take one more cleansing breath together. Big inhale. Open the mouth, let it all go. Beautiful. Start to draw your knees in toward your chest. Roll around a little bit, softening into the back body. Then cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Flex into that right foot. And you can take your hands through the leg, binding behind the left leg, drawing the knee closer to you. Feel the awakening in that right side hip. Say good morning to your hips. We're taking it slow today, so you can notice. There's no rush. Really honoring the muscles and the connective tissues with these slow stretches. Take another big breath in. Let a breath go. Cross that right leg completely over the left and open up the arms. Let the knees drift off to the left side as your head turns toward the right. Starting to get into the spine with a twist here. The 7 directions of the spine, I'll narrate them as we go through them. We're going to do some twists first to the left and the right. So make sure that deep breath is traveling the whole spine. Notice how it's more challenging when there's a constriction in the core, in the belly. So breathe through that. One more big breath. And slowly bring your weight back into center. Uncross the leg. Bring your right knee in as your left leg goes long. And we're going to open up that right leg so that it comes into a tree, or like a laying down tree, like a tree that has fallen but still maintaining its treeness. Right foot into the left thigh. And then slide the left foot over to the bottom right corner. Reach the arms up overhead. Take a crescent shape so the right hand will invite the left wrist to the top right corner. So now we start to build our lateral flexion in the spine. We'll do one side for each, and then we'll go on to the other side. Take a big breath in. Create more space through the left side body as you breathe out. Nice. One more big breath in. And then as you come back into center, hug that knee in once more. Maybe make some big circles with the right hand on the kneecap. Loosening up the right hip. Getting familiar with anything that feels good or not good, just so you know how to modify during the practice today. And then release your right leg down to meet the left and just notice for a moment in the Shavasana shape how it feels. Maybe your right leg feels about 2 feet longer than your left side. That means the stretch worked. It's always good to take time to notice that. So cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Now draw the right knee towards you. Weave the hands under through that figure four shape. If you want to move a little bit side to side, you can. Sometimes the movement activates a deeper stretch. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed, the jaw soft. This is a great stretch if you're a runner, gets into the piriformis. Take a big breath in. Let your breath go. Cross the left knee over the right. Open up the arms. Let the knees drift to the right side. Gaze over that left shoulder. Breathe. Beautiful spinal twist here. If you've been sitting a lot because you are working from home and your job has you in a chair on Zoom or hunched over your computer all day, all of these spinal stretches will feel really luscious to you. So you can take any of them in small doses throughout your day to just give your back a little bit of relief. Take another breath. And then as you come back to center, bring that left knee into your chest as you extend the right leg and set the left leg down into your supine tree. Slide the right foot over to the bottom left. Reach the arms overhead. Left hand on right wrist, crescent to the left. So now we're opening up with lateral flexion into the right side body. You are creating some beautiful space into the hip, into the ribs, into the shoulder. While we're extending on that one side, the other side is contracting, but still try to maintain some length. You can contract without compacting totally, without collapsing. Beautiful. One more big breath. And then come back into center. Hug your knee in towards your chest and make some big circles, stirring the pot a little bit. And then draw both knees in. We're going to rock and roll up to a seated position. Come on up in your Dandasana. So extend the legs out in front of you. We're going to ripple a little bit into the spine, finding forward folding. But I want you to really exaggerate the articulation of the spine, feeling the pelvis tilt forward and backwards, feeling the extension and flexion as you open up the heart and forward fold. So take this however you'd like, adding whatever you'd like, but just find that sort of that wave of the ocean in your body. So as you inhale, open up the heart, press the heart forward. As you exhale, round the spine, reach toward the toes. Inhale, lift up, open the heart, draw the heart to the sky. Maybe the arms come back in a goal pose. And then as you exhale, we're going to round. And keep going. Move with your breath. Feel yourself flourish with that inhale and contract with your exhale. And if you're noticing sensations in the hamstrings while you're doing this, if it's too strong, feel free to bend the knees. You can always tuck a pillow underneath the knees. The beautiful thing about a home practice, you can just pop up and grab something that helps make the practice more accessible to you. So 2 more, big breath, open up. And as you exhale, round. Last, you guys are doing great, really opening up through the heart. And exhale, fold. Beautiful. Come back up to your Dandasana staff pose. Nice tall spine. Draw your right knee in toward your chest. Lift the left arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, twist to the right. You can come back to center and twist a little deeper if you like. Movement. Sometimes people report that adding a little movement helps to coax the spine into this twist. But if you feel like you're right where you want to be in the twist and you want to stay there, you're welcome to be static as well. So we're looking for the most important direction of the spine, I believe, is this axial extension. So we always talk about it at the end, but really we need the axial extension to be present in all of the other directions of the spine we can move in. So lifting the crown of the head high to the sky as we twist. Take one more big breath in. Full breath out. Beautiful. Come into center. Now we're going to take a seated tree. So our right foot is in our left thigh, sitting up nice and tall. Rotate the body over your right knee. Extend your left leg inside for a revolved head to knee. So again, looking at the lateral flexion of the spine. Reach that left arm in. Right arm reaches up and over, and start to try to extend the body toward the left foot. And you can dance a little bit here if you want to, inhaling up, exhaling to reach deeper. Because some of you like movement, and some of you may like the stillness. So do what works for you. This is your practice. Just moving or being still, noticing the breath. We'll take 2 more full breaths here. Last one, big breath in, deepest crescent shape over, and then we'll come back into center. Bring both feet now into the center, just to get a little bit into the hips here. This is our Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Feet are together, knees are just fluttering a little bit. Take a big breath in, and then bring the knees to stillness as you lean forward. Maybe you release the bind and bring your forearms down. You can tuck your chin to your chest. Be okay with wherever you land here. Some people have flexible hips. Some people have really tight hips. And just love your hips, however they present themselves today. Breathe few deep breaths in to soften the spaces around the hips. Take one more big breath. Beautiful. We're going to rise back up, back to Dandasana. Extend the legs forward. And we're going to take a few more of those rippling cat and cow movements to find that movement in the spine. So as you inhale, lift up, maybe open up, goalpost the arms. And as you exhale, round and reach. Inhale, lift up, open up, and exhale, round and reach. 2 more, really exaggerate. That's how you get the benefit of this spinal stretching, by just letting it flow. And reach, nice. From here, come back to a nice tall seat. Draw your left knee in this time. Left hand behind you, right arm reaches up. And as you exhale, hug the knee in. And don't forget the axial extension. So the crown of the head reaches up as the tailbone roots down. And once again, you can soften and come back to center and exhale, twist deeper. Maybe the movement feels really good to you. Or maybe you've already found your sweet spot in your twist and you want to stay there. Make sure you're noticing the breaths, carrying your intention in the body with each breath. One more big breath. You guys look fantastic. Beautiful. Come back into center. Release that leg down, coming into that tree leg once again. Rotate the body slightly so that you're facing that left knee. Right arm inside, left arm up and over. So again, move if you like to move. Coaxing your way into this side body stretch, this lateral flexion of the spine, or stay right where you are. Maybe you have a bind, maybe you don't. I like to bring my hand behind my head. It helps me to find just a little twist. Not the twist is not for twisting's sake. The twist is really more of an adjustment to make me make sure that I'm not collapsing. Holds me accountable for keeping that long spine as I'm opening up through the side. One more big breath. Beautiful. And then we're going to come back into center. This time, bring both knees in toward your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins and hug your knees as you press your back. Press the back. Open up through the back. Open up through the shoulder blades. Feeling roundness in the spine. Feel yourself pressing the lumbar spine back. Big stretch for the back body. One more breath. Beautiful. Then from here, we're going to cross the ankles and make our way into table position. So as always, if you notice once you arrive in table that you need a little bit more comfort and cushioning under the knees, you can always take your mat from the middle and just roll it a little bit. It's a nice way to make it quick, or you can go grab a blanket or a towel or something. So from your table position, we're going to extend and flex. We're going to come into our cat and cow. So inhale, drop the belly, draw the heart forward. And as you exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin to the chest. Feel the core muscles begin to engage. Stretching here and contracting here so you really feel them draw up, supporting the back. Two more. Big breath in. Full breath out. Last one. Exaggerating the movement. Getting the best stretch possible. Nice. From here, we're going to go into a little flow. So we're going to walk the hands over beyond the right edge of the mat and start to sink our hips down. So feel that left hip really pressing out toward the left so you feel the opening in the left side body. And then we're going to come back up, walk the hands over to the left and sink down, pressing into the right side hip. And come up and press down and keep going. Or, again, if you'd rather rest in stillness for a few breaths on each side, then be still. I'm just trying to offer options today because I really want you to find something in the practice today that is very accessible to you in bite-sized chunks. When you need it, if you don't have a whole hour to practice throughout today or any day, you say, oh, I remember when we did that. And you can just do that for maybe 5 or 10 breaths and you feel better. We do one more on each side. Nice. And then we'll come back to center. And once you come back to center, pardon me here, once you come back to center, we're going to take another little flow, rippling through the spine. So it's a little chaturanga flow. We're going to keep our knees down, but you can always do this with more intensity by lifting your knees. So as you inhale, start to reach forward. As you exhale, bend the elbows as they kiss the ribs. Inhale, open up through the spine. And exhale, round, flexing hips to heels. Inhale, shift forward. Open up the heart. Exhale, send the hips back. So there's so many different ways that you can do this. You can slither along the earth, really getting into the triceps. I'll show you slither once again. Slither, nice and low. You're going to feel the triceps igniting right there. Or you can stay high, shifting in your table, and then lower down, right? Or you can shift forward and keep the arms straight and dip the hips down. That one would be a little bit more aggressive. And if you have any issues with your lumbar spine or your L5S1, which seems to always be a trouble spot for people who tell me they have lower back issues, then you may want to be more careful and not do that. So we're going to take 4 more breaths. Just explore movement. Warm up the body. Bring some heat into the joints. You can do something different each time you come forward, too. Just make sure the breath is setting the pace. 2 more breaths. Or I should say 2 more flows, because each flow is about 2 breaths. So last one, take whatever you like here. And we're going to meet back in the child's pose. With your child's pose, just take note of how you arrived. If your knees are narrow, that's typically your intuition calling upon you to release through the lower back. So that feels really nice. If your knees are wider, that's your intuitive sense of releasing through the hips. So decide what works best for you. Settle down, bring that Ajna chakra right to the third eye. Maybe bend the elbows, bringing the palms to kiss just above the head as you reconnect with your intention. Notice if the breath changed in any way as we were flowing. Find the very beginning of the breath. Take it all the way to the top. Exhale. Let everything go. Reestablish that beautiful breath once again. Beautiful. From here, release the arms. Float through table position. From table, we're going to come up into our downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, make some movement into the legs, pedaling out through the heels. Notice how it feels to invite the tailbone high to the sky, pressing your chest to your thighs. Create some space between the shoulders. Let the head hang heavy. Take another big breath. Beautiful. On the inhale, the right leg goes high. Bend the right knee and make those big circles into the right side hip. Hopefully it feels nice and fluid. And if it doesn't, if it feels sticky or sore, just notice that. And then we're going to step the right foot between the hands. Keep the left palm where it is. Reach the right arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, weave the right arm underneath the thigh. We're going to work on that twist a little bit more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, twist up and open. Exhale. Last one, big breath in. And then plant the palms, step back to your high plank. We're going to open into a side plank. So coming into the right hand, stacking shoulder over shoulder, reach the left arm overhead. See if you can open up through the left side body. Feel free to modify dropping the right knee. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. From here, we're going to come into our plank pose, then lift back into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, left leg rises. Bend that knee, big circles into the left side hip. The side will feel different than the other. Nice. And then gently step the left foot between the hands. Keep the right hand rooted. You can always bring that hand to a block or a book or something that you may have if you're not making contact. You also always have the option to drop the back knee. So do what feels right to you today. Inhale, lift the left arm up. As you exhale, bring the hand underneath that thigh. Inhale, lift and twist. So keep the hips stable. Just letting this rotation come from the spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Last one, big breath in. And as you exhale, bring the hands down. Step back to high plank. We're going to open up into Vashisthasana, side plank on the left side. So left hand down, right arm up. Reach the right arm overhead. Open up to the side body. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Excellent job. From here, high plank. From high plank, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, walk your feet to your hands. We're going to take a gorilla pose. So gorilla pose is not only really nice stretch for your wrists, particularly when you were just putting a lot of stress on them, but it's also a really big, beautiful opener for the back. So we come in our fold, bend the knees enough so you can slide your hands all the way under your feet. Toes to the wrist creases. See if you can straighten the legs just a little bit more, not all the way, but just a little bit more, and start to pull up on the hands as you press down into the balls of the feet. You will feel a beautiful extension in the back body as you lift your spine up to the sky. I'm going to come take a look at all these gorillas. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful opening. Shake the head a little bit. Nice. Release any tension you've been carrying in your neck. Allow yourself to be right here in this inversion. 2 more breaths. Nice. And then slowly start to rise. Release the bind. Rise all the way up. We're going to lift the arms up overhead and then let the hands come to find one another behind the back, taking a counter stretch. So squeeze the shoulder blades together as you drop the shoulders away from the ears. Gaze up. Heart rises. So you feel the rooting through the feet, but you notice where you're lifting and shining. Take one more big breath. Let it all go. Just make some free movement with the body. Feels really nice to let the arms kind of dangle and hang and freely twist. Beautiful. All right. So from here, we're going to step the feet up a little wider, coming into, we'll come into a little goddess that'll help us find some twisting and some lateral movement as well. So your heels are going to be pointing in, toes going to be pointing out. And as you inhale, we're going to lift up, reach up. And as you exhale, draw down, sink the tailbone. Inhale, straighten legs, straighten arms. And exhale, draw down. And as you draw down, you want to keep the back nice and straight, the posture tall, and you want the hips to externally rotate. So the knees aren't collapsing inward. The knees are drawing out toward the pinky edge side of the foot. And you can modify by just taking little dips. You can go real deep. Do what serves you best. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right. So once you find your exhale and you're coming comfortably settled into your goddess shape, and again, modify by straightening the legs if you're burning too much in the thighs. So right here, we're going to bring our hands right into goal post, and we're going to twist to the right and press your left palm forward. Come back into center, twist to the left, press your right palm forward, left palm forward. Inhale, twist, and press. I think I cued you the wrong way. I was trying to mirror you, but I think I was telling you what I was doing. So it doesn't really matter which way you're going. Inhale always finds you back to center, and exhale leads you into the twist. We'll do 1 more on each side. Big breath in. And press. Nice. Come back into center, 5-pointed star. Gather your breath. Release your right arm by your side. We're going to take a crescent over to the left. I'm sorry. Release your left arm. Let's try that again. Release your right arm by your side. Crescent over to the right. And once again, notice if you're collapsing in any way, you shouldn't be able to see that left arm. It's out of view as you spin your left ribs up toward the sky. Big breath in. Full breath out. 1 more big breath. Beautiful. Come back into center. Let the spine find neutral. And then we'll take it on the other side. So release your left arm by your left side. The right arm reaches up and over toward the left. So you're rooting heavily into the right foot as the right fingertips reach. Beautiful stretch for the side body. And again, try not to collapse on that left side. You're still finding axial extension as you reach. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Gorgeous. Come on back to center. We get to fold now. So big breath in. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips. Invite the crown of the head down toward the earth. Maybe the hands come to the earth as well, or maybe you're still kind of just hanging, dangling them. That's fine. You can also bring them to bind on the legs, or you can interlace them behind your back. The point here is to offer some decompression in the spine, letting it hang heavy. It's a little traction for your spine. Shake the head, yes and no. Give the lips a flutter. 2 more breaths here. If this is uncomfortable for you, you have high blood pressure, glaucoma, if you have really heavy sinuses right now, maybe you just want to stay with a flat back. And then bring your hands to your hips. Slowly start to rise all the way up. Heel toe your feet close together. We're going to come to the top of the mat if you're not already there. We're going to take a big breath in as you lift up. And as you exhale, sink the hips low into a chair. Bring your chest to your thighs. Reach the arms back. Inhale, spring off through those feet. Lift up, open up, extend through the spine. And exhale, bend and round the spine. 2 more, nice and slow. We're not necessarily trying to build a whole lot of heat here, although you're going to feel warm in the muscles. But we're looking more to coordinate the stretch with the breath. 1 more big breath in. And bend the knees and fold. Beautiful. We're going to rise all the way back up. Bring the hands to the heart. Just take a moment to notice the beating heart. Notice the beautiful breath. Maybe you need to let out some heat. All right, we're going to replicate some of the movements we began with in a standing position. Again, I want you to find something here that serves you well in small nuggets throughout your day. So this is a little work into the hips. So we're going to press into your left foot. We're going to bring that right knee up, cross the right ankle over the thigh. Start to sink low into the hips, drawing the hips down and back. And if you have walls, feel free to use the walls here. We're not doing the world's greatest balance challenge if you don't want to. We're really just doing one of the world's greatest hip stretches. So feel free to hold on to the wall if you need it. Or you can turn this into a balance challenge. Breathe. Two more breaths. And you can go as low as you want into that fold. Beautiful. Slowly start to make your way back up. Remember, this time we're going to bring that right foot into the left leg, above or below the knee for our standing tree. So we finally arrived at our tree. So press the foot into the leg. It can be down below, rooting the toes down for grounding, or you can bring it all the way up. Just whatever you do, avoid pressing into the knee. We're going to lift the arms up. Bring that right hand to the left wrist and find that crescent shape over to the right. So keep pressing the foot into the leg. The leg is contracted back into the foot. Once you do that, you'll feel a little bit more stable. 2 more breaths. You guys look awesome. And if you fall out of it, it's always there to welcome you back into it. Beautiful. Back up to center. And release with control. Roll out through your right side or your left side ankle. Those ankles do a lot of work standing, supporting all of your body weight. So give it some love. And then we'll take it to the other side. So find your Tadasana, your strong, tall mountain pose. Axial extension, so finding space between the vertebra. Root into this side, or the other side. Root into your, which side are we doing now? The other side. So root into your right foot. We're going to bring your left knee up towards your chest. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. And I bring my hands to my heart. That seems to be where I balance best. But you can do anything. You can interlace. You can just hold your hands on the leg, whatever feels good to you. I'm just here to offer guidance, but you truly are your best teacher because you're going with the intuition within. Keep breathing into the body. Notice where you're feeling it. Stay present for yourself, keeping the mind right here, right now. 2 more breaths. This feels so good. Beautiful. Start to rise. We're going to build our tree pose. So foot into leg, left foot into right leg, above or below the knee, down below, rooting the toes in for a little more stability. Reach the arms up, left hand on the right wrist. We're going to crescent over to the left. Finding a spot to gaze upon helps to steady the mind, which keeps the body still. 2 more big breaths. You guys look awesome. Beautiful. Come on back. Release. Give those nice ankle rolls to the right side. And then before we come back down again, stand nice and wide and just invite some free movement into the body. Maybe you do it from forward folded position. This is one easy thing that you can do throughout the day if you're sitting a long time or if you're standing a long time. Many of you may be doing more things on your feet than you're used to. Give yourself a chance to fold, shake, hang heavy. 2 more breaths. Just let your body be wild. All right, nice job. All right, from here, we're going to come down to a seated position in the middle of the mat. From that seated position, we're going to do a little boat pose, and a little boat with a twist. So your boat can be docked and anchored if you want, or your boat can be afloat. That's up to you. So we're, again, looking for axial extension, lifting through the crown of the head, softening into the shoulders. The legs can be straight. Whenever I do that, I tend to collapse. That's not my best boat, but maybe that's your best boat. So I like to safely keep my shins parallel to the earth because that gives me the best posture and core engagement that I can find. We're going to bring our hands behind our head, interlacing them. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, twist to the left. Tap your right elbow to your left knee. Bring it back into center. Exhale, twist to the right elbow, or left elbow to right knee. Back to center, twist and tap. Center, tap. Now, if your legs are down, you can still do this. You just inhale, lift, and as you twist and tap, just lift one leg at a time. So there's something for everyone. And if you're not actually making the connection of elbow to knee, it's all good. You're still getting a really good workout because you're inviting attention to the body, deliberate movements, sending breath into the musculature that's working so hard right now. 1 more on each side. Very nice. Gorgeous. Come back into center. Release the feet down. We're going to take that big hug once again. Hands around your shins. Bring your knee down, or forehead down to the knees. Really Rounding the back, feel the curve of the spine and feel the lumbar spine pressing back, expanding, opening, widening. Nice. Take one more breath. From here, we're going to roll down onto our backs. Bring the knees in. Happy laughing baby. Take the hands on the edges of the feet. And what we're looking to do here is draw the sacrum down. Flatten the curve of the spine. And let the whole back get some attention here by way of a massage. Beautiful. Bring the right knee in. Extend the left leg long. Extend that right leg up to the sky. Maybe you bind behind. Maybe you take a toe bind. Just give that hamstring one more big dose of love. Take another breath. And then cross your right foot over the left. Both heels are going to slide to the bottom left corner. Reach up, and the arms are going to go up to the top left corner. That left hand can take a bind on the wrist once again. More big banana asana, banana stretch. Breathe. And then as you release, uncross the legs, unhinge the arms, bring the left knee in. Again, feel the lower back pressing down into the earth, flexing into the hip. And then stretch the leg up to the sky. Soften the shoulders. Relax the jaw. Let the hamstring get all the attention here. Maybe you toe bind. Maybe you just bind behind the leg. Wherever you are is fine. You're going to feel it. And cross the left ankle over the right. Slide the heels down to the bottom right. Reach the arms up. Bananasana to the other side. Right hand on the left wrist. Wide open stretch for the left side body. Bring your attention back to your breaths. One more big inhale. Nice. And from here, we're going to release the bind. We're going to take a fish pose. Fish is a really nice way to open up through the front body. So you can leave your legs extended. I'll show you how to amplify in just a moment. Bring your hands and your forearms down, bringing the elbows toward one another. Press down into the connection of the arms to the earth as you lift and puff up. Feel the ribs expand, feel the shoulders draw down and away. If you want to make this more intense, you can lift the legs up, let the head tip back, and do some lion's breath. Take one more big breath. Beautiful. Release the arms, come back to your back. This time, bring the feet together once more. Let the knees fall open. Supta Baddha Konasana. Your hands can either rest on your thighs, wherever you need a tender touch right now. Close the eyes for a moment. We're not quite in Shavasana yet. This is the pose before Shavasana, where we can just take note of the body. We can be grateful for energy release. We can hold so many strong emotions throughout the day, but we don't have to hold them hostage. We can free them and let them go, making space for more pleasant emotions, more pleasant energy, and for curiosity and creativity and joy. Notice if you're holding anything now that we haven't yet let go of throughout the practice. Can you release it? Can you free yourself? Find some lightness in this moment. Can you connect with the gratitude for having this time, this privilege to be healthy, to be well, to be connected to yourself, fully embodied in your presence? And then maybe send a little thought, a little love, a little prayer, however you want to frame it, out into the world, either to someone specific you know who needs it right now, or just to a general swath of humanity who may need your wonderful energy of healthiness and hope, healing and happiness. Take 2 more breaths. I can feel your positive energy. Thank you. Bring the hands to the outer edges of the knees. Start to draw them together and bring them into your chest one last time. Giving yourself now that same kindness and love, that compassion. Promising yourself that you will be there for yourself all day long and long after this practice is over. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, let the body soften down into your final resting shape, Shavasana. It's a space where we honor the benefits of our practice, release all the tension and tightness in the muscles. We let go of the work, we let go of the doing, and allow ourselves just to be. You are beautiful. You are perfectly imperfect. You're wondrous. You are magical, and you truly do hold the magic. And the magic is as simple as knowing that you can make the choice to reframe your thinking and to connect with what is real, with what you can feel in your body. You get to make the choice of what you hold and what you release. Start to reconnect with movement in your body. Start to invite a deeper breath. Start to stretch. And eventually make your way up to a seated position. Once you arrive at your seat, bring your hands together at your heart. And know that you are seen. Know that you are loved. Know that you are safely embraced, not just by our community, but by the energy of the universe that holds you. May that carry you forward, continuing to be healthy, happy, and hopeful. Namaste. Feel free to unmute